West Virginia University is traveling to Lawrence, Kansas to take on the Kansas Jayhawks, the Rock Chalk Jayhawks in Lawrence, Kansas on 8. It's going to be on FSS 1 at 6 o'clock. It's a Big 12 opener for West Virginia University for both teams. So it's a big, big, big game. We're now starting conference play, and there's nothing like going for a Big 12 title and then for a Big 12 championship. That's what it's about when you play in a conference. And it's not a better opponent than Kansas down in Lawrence. And yes, if you think Athens, Ohio was a hostile crowd, you haven't seen nothing yet until you've watched a game and seen a game in Kansas to see the Rock Chalk Jayhawks. They love their team, so they will be ready. And they're coming off of a bye week. And on that bye week, they suffered a loss to Missouri in the border war. But they rang up 31 points, but it was not enough to beat Missouri at Missouri. So they're going to be loaded and ready for West Virginia University when they come. And when you talk about Kansas Jayhawks, you talk about the superstar quarterback, Jalen Daniels. That's who he is. He can throw it and he can run it. And he's been ringing up the yards his first 3 games this season, coming off of a subpar season. But he started off well. And when Jalen Daniels does well, so does Kansas. And he has targets. Emerson Henderson, transfer from Alabama. He also has Deshaun Hanukkah, his main receiver, Levi Wentz. Those are the guys that make it happen on offense for Kansas. And they have a running back that can make it happen. And that's Daniel Hishaw. Did not have a great game against Missouri. Their running game was non-existent. They did most of their damage through the air. So I don't know what to expect from their running game. But 2 weeks ago against Missouri, it just wasn't there. They depended on Jalen Daniels to make it happen. And so they have a solid receiving core that I think is coming around. And they have a dynamic running back. And of course, Jalen Daniels can run it and he can throw it. On defense, it starts with our former Mountaineer, portal transfer, Trey Latham. You know how good Trey played when he played for the Mountaineers. He had 13 tackles against Missouri, an SEC team. So that shows you what his level of intensity is, to be able to do what he did, to play at a high level against an SEC team. They're solid across the front, defensive front, with Dean Miller and DJ Withers. So they're strong there. The only question coming into spring for Kansas was how well would their back 7 hold up. A lot of new faces. No one knows, but I do know Missouri rang up 42 points on them. So, but they also ran against Kansas for 143 yards. So there's room to work if you're the West Virginia University Mountaineers. So let's look at West Virginia University Mountaineers. What must they do to win? Well, it starts with Nico Marchiol, the quarterback. You know what he did in the 4th quarter against Pitt. We want to see more of that in Lawrence, Kansas. Can he repeat? Can he duplicate? Can he stay under control and move the Mountaineers from the get-go? It cannot be waiting until the 4th quarter and in front of a hostile crowd. You're going to have to play the game from the beginning. So it's consistency that we're looking at from Nico Marchiol. He's got to perform like he did against Pitt. That's the question, and that's the question that only Nico Marchiol can answer. The other quarterbacks may get in the game. Rod may call their number, but if they're called, they're going to have to be ready to move the team and not make mistakes. That's just the position they've been put in. And if they're gamers, they can come in and do what they have to do. But right now, we're looking at Nico Marchiol to run this offense at peak efficiency in Lawrence, Kansas. And if you look at our wideouts, they're ready. Rodney Gallagher's ready. Cam Vaughn is ready. Grayson Barnes is ready. So they're ready to have a breakout game too. So there's a lot of things going on in this Big 12 opener for Kansas. And this is a Big 12 opener for us. We just happen to be on the road. So West Virginia should be ready on offense. And looking at the defense, well, you know how I feel about this game. This gang is tough. If they can keep Jalen Daniels in that pocket and make him throw it and make him one-dimensional, they have a chance to beat Kansas. But that's a big if, because Jalen Daniels has been known to take off and run, and he's a better runner than Eli Hosteen. And he has escapability, and he has speed. So don't sleep on Jalen Daniels. He is him. He is him. That's who he is. And so West Virginia has got to watch him. And then when you look at West Virginia overall, their back seven, you've got on the defensive end, you've got guys like Fred Perry, you got Reed Carrico. They're solid up front with Kelly Jr. And now we got to see if Jamari Robinson is going to come on the scene, because he should be ready. So West Virginia has a lot to look for, and they have played lock solid defense as a team. But the mission is to shut down Jalen Daniels and make him one-dimensional. So we're going to see who's going to step up and see what's going to happen. So that's it for the West Virginia University defense. So we're going to see what happens in Lawrence, Kansas. I think West Virginia can pull this out in a close one. But boy, that Jalen Daniels just scares me. I just tell you, that's a quarterback, folks. But I think our defense is up to the task to get it done and shut him down. And the offense has to play turnover-free football. So there you have it. The Big 12 opener is upon us. You know it's all about winning Big 12 championships and winning the Big 12 conference. That's what West Virginia has always been in it for. So I don't see it as being any different this year for West Virginia University Mountaineers. There's just no question. This is C. Ivan Franklin on YouTube at BFrank for real. One minority voice, one view. You know what it is. It's about winning, winning, and more winning. Look, I need subscribers. I need you to click, but I need you to subscribe, and I need you to follow. That's where it's at, folks. Go, Mountaineers!